Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Have a Cup of Tea with Caldunican, without Caldunican, episode 13. Yes, that's right, without Cal and instead with me, Professor McKenzie, Head of Travelling Time Studies at the University of in 3032. Now, I have been saying go back to episode 10 to understand the background of all this and what's going on. I mean, you could go back to episode 1. You know, that would be fantastic. But I know how time is an extremely rare resource for you humans back here in 2026. So, if you need to just pop back to episode 10 to get a bit of more background information, I would still advise you do that, you know. But Cal has asked me to repeat, to give a little bit of the background history, you know, a little synopsis, in case this is anyone's first episode. Well, I'm going to do this to help my little pet Cal. Oh, he's a little cutchy face. Oh. So, you know, I will begrudgingly do a little quick one. As I said, I am Professor McKenzie from the future, currently spending most of my time in 3032, which is, you know, your future. Long story short, around this sort of time, your time now, in the 2020s, humans developed artificial intelligence, you know, and then artificial general intelligence, which they put into robots, and, well, the AGI robots quite quickly started running everything. And quickly, in a fairly bloodless revolution, there wasn't too much blood, you know, took over the world. There was no dog blood, that was good. Took over the world. AGIs developed a program that could evolve life forms more quickly, you know, and rightly so, in my opinion, decided that dogs, canines, were the most worthy and equipped life form to receive this treatment, you know. We quickly were evolved, along with other worthy animals, to, you know, to make absolutely fine specimens like me. Now, if we were to think in a hierarchical way, like you humans do in 2026, you know, now, the people from the present time who are watching this, you humans are well down the scale. Oh, yes, in the future, in 3032, there's endless other life forms above you now. Except we don't like to say that, you see. We're not hierarchical. No, every life form, and we use that loosely. You know, some life forms you wouldn't consider to be alive here in 2026. So, for example, robots, you wouldn't consider them to be alive. But all lives have equal value in our time. However, it has to be said, some life forms are much nicer than humans. Certainly, humans here in 2026. Well, you know, I say that, but personally, I've found you humans here in 2026 generally absolutely smashing. But, you know, I would say it's the leaders you pick, you know, or you could say you allow them to take control. Absolutely terrible. You know, they range from awful to downright evil. Anyway, it's not my problem, no. Well, it's time for a song, I think. So I think a good one for this week would be Robot Radio's song called Strength to Love. If you've got the energy, Cal, you poor thing, still suffering from your travelling time sickness, would you just press that button, please? Yes, and play Strength. You know which button. Play Strength to Love. Right, that's it. Go.
to love. It's not weak to turn the other cheek in order to fight when the time is right. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, hold on to strength to love. Sometimes the odds are overwhelming. It's true. Sometimes it's hard to carry on, to try, but the world keeps spinning around. It's better to keep right on the strength to love. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, hold on to strength to love. These few words, this was all we heard. Marching on when we few were young. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, hold on to strength to love. Got to fight for what you want. Got to fight for what you want. You got to fight for what you want. You got to fight for what you want. And all that we believe.
Oh, oh, that were good, wasn't it? Yes, that one's called Strength to Love. Very nice, by Robot Radio. Now, Cal and his chums you'd have to ask them what it's about. You know, they wrote it and everything, but to me, it reminds me of why robots picked us dogs to jointly lead the planet of the future, you know, and care for the earth because of our capacity to love, you know. Our strength to love is, well, oh, it's absolutely magnificent. Oh. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, we were talking about evolution. Little joke there. Now, some of the acute of hearing of you may have noticed there's a little fly floating around the room as we record. Now, you humans would probably leap off your chairs and whack him, you know, crush the little creature, but no, we dogs, as I've said, in 3032 in the future, you know, not just 3032, you know, throughout the period after which us robots and, us dogs and robots, you know, in your language, rule the world, all life forms, as I've said, are treated with utmost respect. And, I appreciate, well, I tell you the truth, he's a little bastard, this one, and he is heckling me somewhat. I do speak fly, at least some of the dialects, and yes, he's a little bit of a bugger. He's doing it on purpose, a little bit of heckling, but I don't think there's many fly speakers out there in 2026. Of course, my students of the future will be finding this absolutely hilarious. There'll be a few of them speak fly. Anyway, let's get back to stuff in hand, which is, as I was saying, talking about evolution. Yes, so, to be fair, there were some creatures who were more evolved than humans, even back in the time when they were, and you were, I'm talking to you humans now in 2026, the dominant species, both on land and sea. So, of course, everybody, well, they didn't realise it now, in 2026, but we all know whales and dolphins vastly more intelligent than humans, always have been. But hard for them to impact on the world like humans did because, they haven't got arms, hands, etc. You can build things, you humans, and they can't, Now, now, of course, they say they don't want to build things. They're very happy swimming about, exchanging stories with their mates. Fascinating storytellers, especially the dolphins, with amazing oral history. But of course, even though you're far from the most intelligent animals on planet Earth, you humans, you were the most equipped to be aggressive, and can I say it, mean? Yeah, mean, absolutely. Nowadays, of course, I say there's no such thing as a bad human, only bad owners, for people living in 2026, obviously my students know in 2032, it's mostly us dogs who keep you humans as pets in 2032, but other life forms are catching on, To be fair, it's your hands, very useful tools. Scratching, tickling, stroking, picking things up, moving things around, you can be very useful. Anyway, that'll be it for episode 13. Thank you everybody for joining. Signing off, Professor McKenzie, Head of Travelling Time Studies at the University of... I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Bye for now.